DOJ starting shit. It begins.
We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize...
Fuck is an angel mom? Does that mean, like, your daughter was killed by a brown person? It probably does. It probably does mean that. Yeah, it does? Okay, yeah. Angel mom. Jesus Christ. Imagine how insipid you have to be to turn me against a mother whose child was senselessly murdered by an undocumented immigrant.
Prioritize illegal aliens over America.
If you only being murdered by a guy called, like, Ernesto will make you an angel. People don't know this about biblical, about theology, right? If you die, you don't become an angel. You just go to heaven if you're faithful. But the only way to become an angel is to get gunned down by MS-13. Tren de Aragua is actually like the initiation rite for ascension to, to the celestial. Yeah, if you get killed by like just a regular white guy, the angels are like, what the Lamau. Federal lawsuit challenges New York's green light law, which has allowed thousands of non-resident immigrants to obtain driver's licenses. I know the law doesn't actually matter anymore, but I wonder whether or not there's any legal tooth to this, Like whether or not there's anything they could actually like get at him for. Oh, Times Union is a fascist rag, by the way. The program has been mired in fraud. The Times Union reported worthless. This is a fascist rag. I don't care what you have to say. Nah, driver laws and how the DMV is run is strictly statewide. Feds can honestly f off. I mean, like I said, we are seeing like the beginning of the big fight, and it's going to be the federal government against blue states. And a lot of liberals are going to be ineptly, like, what happened to states' rights? You need to be a lot more convincing than that. They will kill your ass, okay? You're going to need to be a lot more convincing than that. This just happened.
Kayla just turned 20 years old 3 days before.
That's great, Laylee. Personal tragedy does not excuse fascism. Sorry. I will not. No, I do not actually think that everyone's life should have to be made worse forever because a tragedy befell your family. Sorry. F you.
Next, get ready. And the great men, we will hold you accountable. And it's my understanding that he also admitted to other murders. Correct? Multiple murders.
He wrote a letter, and it was intercepted in jail.
Imagine being murdered and your piece of shit family does this with your memory. Yeah, like some of the, like that one particular family of one of the soldiers that was killed in Afghanistan during the pullout, who were like, we could work a regular job and be productive, or we could just milk the death of our son forever and just go on every right-wing news show for years and screech about how this is personally Biden's fault or whatever.
He committed 4 murders and 2 rapes.
And that's who we were letting walk into our country. And that's why President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois, strike 1. Strike 2 is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next, get ready.
What federal law? Well, like what federal law is being violated here? We're talking about New York having its own law and requirements with regard to the issuing of licenses. That's not how strikes work. Yeah, that's also not how strikes work. What do you mean strike 1 was Illinois, strike 2 was New York? What does that mean? What's the third? What happens after the third strike? You're doing the lawsuits. What does that mean?
And the great men and women of law enforcement are standing behind me today. We have FBI, DEA, ATF agents.
DEI.
They put their lives on the line.
We have time for a few questions. David Spot with Fox News.
Madam Attorney General, thank you and welcome to the Justice Department.
Thank you.
I have a quick on-topic and a quick off-topic
Sure.
question. On-topic, in your executive order, in your orders on the first day you were here, you talked about working with the Justice Department, or these sanctuary cities, as you say, will be punished. Today you're putting people on notice. Right now we're just lawsuits. Is this going to go further? What kind of punishment are we talking about? Is there any grounds to charge individuals, charge politicians? How far is this going to go?
Well, we're going to see what they do next, David. We have sued them all. We've personally sued the governor, the attorney general, Letitia James, and Mark Schroeder with DMV because he has the green light laws. So what they have to do, they have to start complying with federal law. If they don't, we're going to appeal it, and we will win. They have to comply with federal law. Did you have a second question?
I did have a second off-topic
Right,
question in this regard.
Yeah,
The
you know.
judiciary today, Elon Musk, who has enormous influence in the Trump administration, posted on X, quote, "There needs to be an immediate wave of judicial impeachments, not just one." As the Attorney General of the United States, how do you respond to that? Shouldn't the process work out in the courts before we talk about judicial impeachments? I mean, these are just TROs now at this time. Shouldn't these just play out?
Yeah, I haven't seen Elon Musk tweet. He is a friend of mine. He is a great man. I think he's
This is just how everyone in Trump's administration is going to get their news from now on. They're going to be, they have like notifications on for Elon Musk to see like what stupid idiot point they have to adhere to now.
very frustrated with what's happening in our federal government. You know, at USAID alone, they're giving out billions of dollars, billions of dollars.
Remember, every single branch of the executive now has to spend all their time glazing Elon and Trump. Like there's no longer any artifice of impartiality within the administrative state. It's now like every reporter is going to ask every one of them like, hey, do you want to talk about Elon's tweet? Do you want to talk about Elon's epic X jump? And they're talking to like the Department of the Interior Secretary or something. Our first, Health and Human Services the Secretary meeting, RFK Jr., can you comment on Elon Musk's X jump? Would you agree that is a jump that could only be performed by a very healthy individual with a high IQ?
Should not be distributed.
Yippee!
We're going to back
Do the
him
jump,
up.
Rocket Man.
We work our whole lives in this country, and we all pay taxes in this country.
Well,
and
Elon
for people
doesn't.
to find out that $2 million is going to Guatemala for sex changes is outrageous. And we're going to back up Elon Musk every way we can. That includes lawsuits against these people who are doing that, and we will be successful.
Do you have concerns about judicial impeachments?
That's not going to happen now. We're going to look at everything. We're going to follow the law right now. We're going to follow the.
Thank you for the acknowledgement that judicial impeachments for not ruling the way you like, or for freezing Trump's illegal executive orders would be against the law. I appreciate that.
Process. These are federal judges with lifetime appointments, but they will be struck down ultimately by the Supreme Court of the United States if the appellate courts don't follow the law as well.
Alana Richard with the AB.
Hi.
Hi.
So
Nice.
I also have an on-topic and an off-topic.
Sure.
First of all, can you just briefly walk us through what the legal claims are you're making in this lawsuit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the green light laws are that this is what the green light law says. It's a green light to illegal immigration, which says they can comply. That law is unconstitutional.
Is that what it said? We just looked at the green light law. Is that what it says? Looking up the green light law in a dictionary in the state of New York, it means that illegal immigrants are great. Smiley face.
They can't do that. And what they've done is they have a tip-off provision that requires New York's DMV commissioner to promptly inform any illegal alien when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. So think about the men and women in law enforcement behind me. That's basically, that's not basic, it's tipping off an illegal alien, and it's unconstitutional. And that's why we
That's not what the Constitution says. That's not how that works.
filed this lawsuit, and that's why
We are being saved a little bit by the fact that this is one of Trump's top lawyers. Do you know how ineffective Trump's legal team has been? Remember, from 2020 and onward, Trump's legal team f***ed up every time, all the time, always, constantly. So we are being helped here. They're being sort of chosen for loyalty, not for anything else.
we charge Mark Schroeder too because he runs DMV. Oh, I'm sorry, you had a second question.
Yeah, my off-topic question. I wanted to ask about Mayor Eric
Yes.
Adams' case. As of at least a few moments ago, SDNY still has not dropped that case. Have you or other DOJ leadership spoken to the acting U.S. attorney and SDNY since the memo was sent earlier this week? And what will you do if she refuses to drop the case?
I have not spoken to her. I know our acting DAG, Emil Bove, has spoken to her, and Chad Mizell may have spoken to her, but that case should be dropped. It was done at the directive of AML, so that case should be dropped. I did not know that it had not been dropped yet, but I will certainly look into that.
Feel like you should have known that? Feel like you should... Okay.
Reagan, Daily Caller.
Hi, how are you?
Tom Homan suggested this week that someone from within the FBI may be leaking information about the ICE raids and that such could be putting officers' lives at risk. Has the DOJ gotten any closer to determining if these leaks are coming from within the FBI? And what will the consequences be if they can identify the leakers from the FBI?
Excuse me. Well, first, I can't talk about anything that is ongoing, and that is ongoing. And it's really for the similar reasons of what I said earlier. The great men and women in law enforcement standing behind me today, they must be protected. And anytime anyone leaks or tips off anything regarding a pending investigation, that jeopardizes lives. You're telling a bad guy what's about to happen. It could jeopardize the lives of all the men and women in law enforcement. We will not stand for it.
God,
we
that's
will
based.
find you. We're going to investigate it, no matter what agency it came from. We don't know for certain. We have an open investigation, so I can't talk about it in detail, but we will do everything in our power to hold you accountable, and it is a crime, and you will be
They're so mad, dude. They're never going to get rid of all the leakers in their organizations. They made so many enemies at the FBI. They literally came in, fired a bunch of department leads, demanded a list of everyone who worked on any of the January 6 cases, fired a bunch of people associated with the Mar-a-Lago case, held interviews to give loyalty tests to existing FBI agents over whether or not they're, you know, compromised by woke or whatever the you've created your own leakers, okay? There is not a dictatorship on earth that doesn't have leakers, and this is not the most well-run dictatorship. Ken Klippenstein licking his lips right now. Unironically, if I was Ken, I would consider moving to Russia. he's gonna be... It's only a matter of time until a DOJ press briefing mentions him by name.
prosecuted when we find you.
Okay, it's time for one more. Alana Austin is next.
Hi, Madam
Hi, Alana.
Attorney General. Thank you so much for your time. I was also interested in hearing specifically what the interactions have been like with Mayor Adams. And I know he has a little bit of a different tone than some of the other Democrats out of the Empire State. And then also Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, because before the President Trump went back into office, he had issued some words about a potential standoff and then walked that back. So I was curious to see what things have been like out of New York City and Denver officials.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that in New York, Mayor Adams is going to cooperate with us with the sanctuary cities and the illegal aliens. And has the mayor in Colorado been cooperating? Do we know? I believe he might have now. Yeah, I believe Colorado is now cooperating. That's what we want. We don't want to sue you. We don't want to prosecute people. We want people to comply with the law. This is very simple. An MS-13 member.
Did she say mayor of Colorado?
Do we know? I believe he might have now. Aliens. And has the mayor in Colorado been cooperating?
No. Mayor in Colorado. Mayor in Colorado. I would like to know which one. Presumably Aurora, right? Because that was the center of the.
Do we know? I believe he might have now. Yeah, I believe Colorado is now cooperating. That's what we want. We don't want to sue you. We don't want to prosecute people. We want people to comply with the law. This is very simple.
But the mayor of Aurora was already a Republican, wasn't he? So I don't know if he ever would have resisted that.
An MS-13 member murdered her daughter. That's happening throughout this country. We have one angel mom is too many. And we have angel moms
You're never.
who should not
I know
be.
it's bad optics, but this shit makes me want to bust out laughing. You kidding me, dude? Just why not just add shit? Angel, Hyperion, Golden, Triple Star mom. You know, Heavenly mom. Make every mention of her sound like a North Korean TV personality describing Kim Jong Il or something. Just why not? Golden mother, the light of heaven shines upon her. May her, daughter join the dragons in the sky as they carry the sun across the horizon. What are you saying right now?
Going through this. Comply with the law. This is the last thing we want to be doing. We want to be out there, all of us, fighting violent crime. Yet we're fighting illegal aliens, and that ends, and it's going to end today.
All right, that's all we have time for, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
She meant the governor of Colorado, not the mayor. She's just an idiot. Colorado weighs cooperation with ICE authorities. Jared Polis, local authorities. Okay, gotcha. Was Colorado even a sanctuary state? No, it's not. Colorado isn't even a sanctuary state. Then what the f are they talking about? Boulder is a sanctuary city. Colorado is not a stupid. Okay, this has gone on long enough. Are we surprised fascists be lying? I'm sorry to target you on this, but you know that you're literally like the most annoying guy, right? Like when we're in the death camp cars together, I'm shuffling to the other side of them away from you. Man, that cop was so rude to me. Are you surprised a cop would be rude? What are you saying? To be fair, I was joking. You're not helping your case, not the one. You're not helping your case.